Congratulations, one and all, and welcome to Twisted Metal.
The Twisted Metal franchise has found a new breather in the form of the ongoing Peacock series, but the true video game fans will remember the violent and action-packed gameplay that spawned an entire franchise. While characters have come and gone, a few have been permanent in the narrative, and one of the most important among them has to be Calypso, the sadistic host of the Twisted Metal tournament. He has a unique backstory, and his unpredictable ways make him one of the most intriguing characters in the franchise. Even in the ongoing TV adaptation, Calypso has a key role to play, and in this video, I thought it might be a good time to bring you everything about his origin and backstory and his unique anatomy. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
You and your vehicles are ready, my drivers, because it's time for the tournament.
What is known about Calypso's backstory? The twisted and sadistic dealmaker, who's the creator of the annual Twisted Metal tournament, can grant any wish that the winner desires, even when they are nearly impossible to be granted. But before he assumed such power, he was born to a simple childhood that was marred by tragedy. He was born as William Sparks in 1956-57, and he had a younger sister while growing up. When Sparks was just 12 years old, he stole his parents' car to run over a copperhead, and unknowingly, he ran over his sister's head, who was playing with her doll by the real tire. It was an accident that shook him immensely, and his parents made him clean up the driveway of all the blood, even if it took all night, which only added to his trauma. This incident impacted William Sparks immensely, and he started to associate his sister with the doll. Even after 2 years following the accident, the family could not recover from the loss, and Sparks planned to join his sister in the grave. He blinded his father while he was driving to trigger another accident, but even this time, he ended up surviving, though his parents died in the accident. He vowed to his sister that he would do it right the next time. He started to hitchhike until a truck stopped and offered him a ride. The trucker named Al gave him a job of fixing cars in a demolition derby, but the man was a drunkard who shot Sparks in the arm one day for listening to Calypso music. The next day, when he was back to his senses, Al gave him his own car as a token of apology, and he also gave Sparks his old helmet, christening him as Calypso. Calypso participated in the demolition derby for 20 years with the hope that he would be killed, but he kept on surviving the extreme odds. He killed people who were both the drivers and the audience, but he always managed to live despite his best efforts. Later, he went to Vegas and got married to a woman named Joni. They had a daughter named Krista, and nothing about his life was appealing to Calypso, who simply wanted to join his sister in the grave. Calypso was bored of his wife and even cheated on her frequently. During one of the races, his wife got killed by a stray tire when she was in the audience. So Calypso and Krista started to live out of their suitcases in motel rooms. One night, he hit the bar to get some smokes, and Krista was left in the backseat of the car to sleep. He saw his wife after leaving the bar, and she told him that she was in hell and he should join her as well. Calypso agreed, and she instructed him to let go of the wheel and close his eyes in order to join her in hell. Unfortunately, he had forgotten all about Krista in the back seat, who woke up just before they crashed. Meanwhile, Calypso went to hell, and he was chased by a demon named Minion. But Satan was impressed by how Calypso could evade Minion, and he offered Calypso a drink. This turned him into the man that we know him to be from the games. It was Satan who instructed Calypso to host the Demolition Derby tournament in the form of Twisted Metal, and this would allow more souls to come to hell. The only condition was that the winner would get any one wish fulfilled, no matter the price or the impossible nature of the wish. Thus began the twisted journey of Twisted Metal, where Calypso ran the tournament for 10 years. There were several doubts about Calypso and his tournament because the wishes of the winners mostly ended up backfiring on them and killing them. The CIA and Interpol started to probe into the matter, and they even tried to arrest Calypso, but to no avail. The only way to get to Calypso was by winning the Twisted Metal tournament, and this was no easy task. While this side of Calypso and his backstory is the most detailed, the 2012 reboot version portrays him as a demon from hell. What is Calypso's Greek mythology origin? The name Calypso has been derived from Greek mythology, and it's a rather appropriate reference. The character from the Twisted Metal franchise shares his name with Greek mythology's nymph of the same name. According to the lore, Calypso was a sea nymph from Homer's Odyssey who tempted the hero Odysseus with immortality under the condition that he remained on her island. She even held him hostage for 7 years until she was ordered by Zeus to release him. There is a similarity in the personality of Calypso in Twisted Metal, who also offers contestants any prize that they desire in return for their participation, even though the prize sometimes comes with a dark twist. In literal terms, the name Calypso means to conceal, and this is a subtle hint at his penchant for turning the wishes of the winners against them.
And Calypso knew where she was hiding.
How does Calypso's wish-granting work, and how does he trick the winner in most cases? Blessed by Satan and the supernatural powers of hell, Calypso has the ability to grant any wish to the winner of the Twisted Metal tournament as the host. No matter how dangerous or impossible it may seem, he always grants the wishes, even though it comes with a dark and ironic twist. The dream wishes of the contestants are often turned into their worst nightmares, where his wish-granting methods are almost like the monkey's paw tale. Calypso has the ability to bend reality itself when it comes to fulfilling the wishes, but he usually makes use of the loopholes in the language of the wish and the unspoken desires of the winner to create such cruel tragedies for them. There are times when he takes the wishes at face value and never gives the winner a chance to clarify, and thus poor wording of the wish can lead to maximum suffering. Let's take a few examples of his cruel rewards to understand his twisted nature better. Sergeant Carl Roberts wished for a world free of the Twisted Metal contest, and Calypso sent him to space, which was fulfilling his desire, but certainly not in the way he wanted, as he was left alone and helpless. When Spectre wishes to be famous and to be seen on TV all the time, Calypso grants this by trapping him inside a TV, forcing him to be on screen for eternity. When Sweet Tooth wants the flames on his head extinguished, Calypso tells him that the curse can only be broken if he renounces violence, which he refuses. As for Mr. Slam, who wishes for the tallest building ever, Calypso grants the wish but makes him fall from his own creation, which turns out to be a fatal accomplishment. There are many other examples of similar twists in the wish-granting process, and only a select few have it their way when it comes to securing the winning wish.
This is Warehouse District Warfare.
What has been the portrayal of Calypso in the Twisted Metal TV series adaptation? We all expected Calypso to play a major role during the events of the Twisted Metal TV series, and his mysterious appearance has been brief and impactful so far. He has been presented as a Caucasian male with long hair and no eyebrows, and he's usually seen wearing a variety of fancy suits. He is an enigmatic figure in the post-apocalyptic world, and there are vandalized road signs that warn about his presence. There was a brief reference to Calypso in Season 1 when Raven requested a package from him and charged John Doe with retrieving it from New Chicago. Once John and Quiet arrived, Calypso led them into an underground facility to receive the package, and he spoke to them through the PA system unseen. Within a month, Calypso was planning his Twisted Metal tournament. In Season 2, he finally announces the contest, and he turns on every single electronic device in the country. The invitation is extended to all assassins, mercenaries, vigilantes, and joyriders to compete for the tournament that can grant them anything that they desire. He explains the rules of the qualifying round to the contestants and causes an eclipse to occur as the countdown ends. Is Calypso a demonic entity? This has often been speculated because of Calypso's backstory and his supernatural abilities, but he's never been explicitly defined as a demon in the Twisted Metal series. Yes, he possesses powers that are far beyond those of a normal human, and he can grant wishes in reality-warping ways, but he still has certain human attributes. Calypso can also raise the dead, exercise dark forces, and manipulate time, but to term him as a demonic entity entity wouldn't be right. On the contrary, his glowing red eyes and sinister demeanor in some versions strongly suggest something otherworldly about him. In games like Twisted Metal Black and the 2012 reboot, it is strongly hinted that Calypso might actually be Satan himself, or have a strong connection to the Lord of Hell. It's quite an intriguing moment in the gameplay when the characters come across clues that support his otherworldly origins. Preacher tried to warn everyone that Calypso is Satan, but nothing to date has provided any kind of confirmation in this regard. Does Calypso never age, and is he immortal? Calypso serves as the eternal arbiter of the deadly Twisted Metal contest, and this is largely possible because of his ageless nature. Now, such a characteristic trait has led many to believe that he's effectively immortal, and this is not entirely wrong. The reason behind his ageless appearance is his immortality as a supernatural being who has been granted eternal life and powers by Satan himself. The idea behind his immortality was to ensure that he would run the tournament forever, ensuring a steady supply of souls to hell. For this reason, he has survived a few near-death experiences, and his appearance has almost remained consistent across the franchise. He mostly sports a bald head and a glass eye that further symbolize his unnatural existence. Calypso might not be a demonic entity, but he exists outside the normal human lifespan because he serves a dark and infernal purpose of collecting souls for Satan. All things said and done, there's at least one instance in the Twisted Metal franchise where he's apparently killed or overthrown by Sweet Tooth. In Twisted Metal Black, Sweet Tooth confronts him and kills him after he refuses to fully lift his curse unless he renounces violence. Calypso is seemingly killed on the spot, which is probably not something permanent given the nature of his character. Moreover, in Twisted Metal 4, the tournament is taken over by Sweet Tooth, who seizes all the powers and abilities of Calypso and takes control of the Twisted Metal competition. What are some of Calypso's other superpowers? Aside from the ability to fulfill any wish, which almost gives him godlike powers, Calypso can also trap, manipulate, and harvest souls. The tournament is basically a way for him to deliver these souls to hell, and it's the secret behind his apparent immortality. He also has superhuman-level intelligence, and he's a genius strategist and psychological manipulator. Calypso is a skilled shapeshifter as well, and he can change his form at will in order to influence and control others. Last but not least, his driving skills are top-notch, and he can be a powerhouse in the race himself if he wants to.
For one, I provided delightful accommodations for you.
What is his personality like? At the heart of Calypso's personality is the fact that he is a sadistic deal-maker, and in the video game lore, he is inspired and blessed by the devil himself. His character is shaped accordingly, and he is a bitter and twisted man who enjoys the chaos and suffering that he causes. In the TV series, he has been portrayed as a charismatic and homicidal mastermind who loves his theatrics. He is the perfect game show host, and much of his personality remains to be seen in the Peacock series. Overall, his personality combines charm, malice, and love for chaos and violence, and his wish-granting ways are further proof of his demented side. Can Calypso reproduce? You didn't think that one of our anatomy videos would end without the most important question, did you? Well, as for Calypso, he was once a regular human being with some twisted thoughts, but that never prevented him from experiencing his carnal urges. He had a wife during his human life, and her name was Joni. Together, they had a daughter named Krista after they got married in a drive-through wedding. However, the death of his daughter affected him deeply, and he is tormented by the dark past of such personal losses. As a supernatural being, he has shown no signs of taking another wife or fathering other children. So maybe he is beyond all that, or still caught up with the loss of his daughter. Marvelous verdict. Twisted Metal wouldn't be the same without Calypso. There are some popular franchises that are hard to imagine without that one key character, and for Twisted Metal, Calypso holds such a place. His enigmatic presence and twisted ways have made the game narrative so engaging, and now even the TV series promises to associate the same importance to his character. I've always been awestruck by the mystical nature and powers of Calypso, and the Peacock adaptation adaptation provides the perfect opportunity to witness the true extent of his character. With a lot in store and the tournament yet to be completed, I expect Calypso to call the shots, and the climax will be worth waiting for. Do let me know in the comments below what you think of Calypso and his true nature, and also share your views on his potential role in the TV series. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.